Hello, and welcome back to Mind Over Matter, your gateway to the latest neuroscience literature. As always, today's study is linked in the description. Today, we'll be taking a look at the bacteria in your mouth. What do your dental demons have to do with neuroscience? Let's get right into it. People have incredibly biodiverse colonies of bacteria in their digestive system. A growing body of research points to a complex relationship between microbiomes and the people they inhabit. The consumption of unhealthy processed foods changes the microbiome, which, through a molecular cascade, leads to an increased desire to consume more of the same foods. Our microscopic puppeteers can change our preferences, leading to obesity and other health conditions. So, what about the bacteria in your mouth? The study we're looking at today explores how the activity of bacteria in your mouth could affect how you perceive taste, perhaps more directly than those in your gut. To examine the connection between taste perception and microbial metabolism, researchers asked two different questions. First, without any additional nutrients, how do bacteria affect your saliva? Second, what is the relationship between bacterial metabolism of added nutrients in the form of sugar intake and taste perception? The bacteria in your gut have a constant supply of nutrients as you eat and digest food. Your mouth doesn't hold food in the same way your gut does, so how do bacteria in your mouth survive when you're not eating? Researchers collected participants' saliva directly from one of their salivary glands. They also collected bacterial samples from their whole mouth using plastic scrapers. The saliva was inoculated with the bacteria, except for one control vial, then incubated for 24 hours. One uninoculated control vial was collected following incubation. Once analyzed, researchers determined that oral bacteria consume proteins naturally present in your saliva. Each of these visuals is a different way of showing that. Additionally, the bacteria generated compounds not usually found in the human mouth. Why is this important? It indicates a complex, balanced symbiosis between people and their oral bacteria, which has the potential to influence a broad spectrum of human biology. Proteins generated by bacteria may be produced in high enough concentrations to affect taste perception. This leads into the second part of the study. What is the relationship between bacterial metabolism of added nutrients and taste perception? To study this, volunteers were given sugar water and asked to rate its sweetness. Their saliva was collected. Samples from exceptionally sensitive or exceptionally insensitive perceivers were analyzed, while all others were eliminated. The difference between the groups was stark. Those with high sensitivity to sucrose had a much higher citrate to pyruvate ratio and a much lower lactate to pyruvate ratio. Lactate, citrate, and pyruvate are all products of bacterial metabolism. Simply put, the chemicals produced by the bacteria in insensitive sugar perceivers' mouths were different than the bacteria in sensitive sugar perceivers' mouths. This could be explained by differences in the oral microbiome, such as different proportions of the same bacteria, entirely different bacteria, the same bacteria acting differently due to different conditions, or any number of other disparities. There are a couple of reasons that neuroscientists are interested in these findings. First, the metabolites present in saliva have shown promise for diagnosing and monitoring a number of diseases, including oral, breast, and prostate cancer. Second, there is some evidence to suggest that certain patterns of sugar consumption may reduce taste sensitivity to sweet things. This reduction in sensitivity could drive a person to consume more refined sugars, ultimately resulting in obesity. We don't know yet if this proposed mechanism is what's really happening, and that's why new research is both important and exciting. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode of Mind Over Matter. Join us next week as we take a look at another example of how science helps us unravel disease. If you think science is cool and want to understand what's happening in the neuroscience world, hit that like and subscribe button, and join us next week.